system. But now you can see information schema, MySQL performance schema, PLP. So now we have a database PLP. So now we're going to VS Code to connect our PLP. So here, database PLP. So I actually did it in lowercase. So if I had done it with PLP, on getting here I must use capital PLP also. So PLP, then my username root, because I didn't change it, so it's going to be root. All right, so my username is going to be root. Then now for our password, so I can actually ask it to save password, so that whenever doing these things, I can just I can do save as plain text in settings. But let's just allow it to ask on every connect. So then let me just ask it to ask on connect. So then I can text my connection now. So text connection. So then my password, I'm going to give my password here. So let me type my password. Are we still with me? Are we there? Anyone? So enter, and then successfully connected. So some of you have done something wrong somewhere, that whenever you want to test your connection for the first time, it's still not even going to work. It's going to drop bunch and loads of errors. So if you're watching from the beginning, you see that it is once and our connection has been tested successfully. So now we can save the connection. So now I'm clicking on save connection. Now it says we are connecting now to the VS Code section. Now we are connected to our local host there. Then now we can say connect now. So you can read through if you want. You can read through and you can just see everything here and just read through. So this is just like a review syntax showing that you are connected to PLP with root and then your password and the way everything is just set. Then we can connect. So it's going to ask for my password again. So first of all, I'm going to click on my SQL. I'm going to click on here and then connect again. My password, and then we have a database that has been opened for us. So whatever we are doing inside this particular place is going to be working directly, like be connected. Okay, like just watch this. You can see PLP database. So whatever you're doing here is going to be affecting this our database right here. All right, so we're supposed to stop here, but instead of just stopping here, let's do some basic commands. Let's try some things out. Let's go a little bit crazy here. Let's break it. Okay. Go on. Go on, I can hear you.
For every that we are going to be configuring this on the VS before we can, is it for every database being created that we are going to come to the VS Code to come and configure the connect?
No, it is not. Now with this VS Code, I have 4 options. With VS Code now, I have 4 options. Which VS Code is 1, command prompt is 2, workbench is 3, and then my what's it called? My SQL what's it called? Shell itself is 4. SQL shell is 1, workbench is 2, command prompt is 3, VS Code is 4. So I'm just like spreading more ways of me to interact with my SQL. So I'm just showing, because some people would actually want to use VS Code. Some people might actually like terminal. Some people might actually like the workbench, and some people might want to use the shell or this thing. So that's why I make sure that I do everything. So whichever one you're going to use, everything has been set up. Once you install everything, the rest you can use them. It's only VS Code that you have to go through all these things to be able to connect to your database and then do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so that's just it. So now that we are here, just as I love doing, so we have this new kind of like stuff that's this SQL tool by this guy. What he actually just did in his what he actually just updated in this SQL tool is that we can actually run queries in separate blocks. Before, we can like type many queries. Let's say we type many queries and type many queries. So whichever one that you want to run, just as in the workbench, you're going to highlight it and then now run it separately. As a matter of fact, you even have to, let me even see if that this thing is still here. You now have to, okay, you already changed everything, so you now have to run it. You now have to run it separately, right? So, or you select the block and then it starts running, blah blah blah. But now we actually don't need to do that again, because with the help of just hyphen space at block, we can create separate query blocks. You can create separate query blocks, and then from here we can run another this thing here, and then if we want to run everything in this line alone, we use this. If we want to run something in this line alone, we use this. And then if we want to create another one, we can have another section here, just say block again, and then whatever is here, you can just run this line alone instead of running everything together before. So that's just it. All right, so now after explaining this, let's do something real quick. Let's just do something basic, really basic. All right, so I'm going to delete all this, and then now I'm going to create a table. So now I want to create a table inside our database. All right, so I'm going to create a table, and then let's say I want to create a table for users, for we the users. Then what you need to understand is this is what we call statements in database. This is called statement, because whatever ends with a semicolon like this is actually called statements. Right, so this particular one are the reserved keywords here. This particular one here, this is the reserved keyword here. So we are saying create table users, and actually you can also use create table users in like lowercase and small letters, so it actually works too. All right, but it is the best, like it is a good practice to use like upper cases. So, and then now we are using this to set our identifier here, which is like the name of the table. The name of the table is going to be users, and then now let's input some files inside of this. So I'm going to add this here and then open this. So I'm going to add, let's collect their ID, let's collect their email. So ID is like actually very essential for most database stores. So grab their email, grab their name, or instead of saying name, let me just say grab their let me just call it info. Let me just use info so that we will not have troubles here. Don't want to explain again. Then the last thing, let's just grab country also. So since country is the last one, I'm not going to add any this thing inside. I'm not going to add any whatever like comma after it. All right, so now that we are grabbing the ID, we are grabbing the email, we are grabbing the info, we are grabbing the country. So now let's now like let's now make this structure a complete one, which is going to like communicate with the what is it called, the database on what we're actually trying to grab. All right, so now, so everything now, all these identifiers right here. So this one particularly is just to grab the ID, and then actually this is email, and then we have the info. So this info for us, we're using it to grab the name actually. All right, because I can't start explaining why name is showing blue color just now, but you can use name. It's actually, it doesn't have anything to do with anything, we can use it. So all right, so now we all know that IDs should be integers, right? I think IT of all this thing should be in int. It would be received as integers. All right, and then from here we are going to constrain it. All right, so we are going to constrain it and then say primary key. So this is going to like get the like data validation. All right, it's going to give it it's going to set the like unique number. All right, it's going to like set a unique number for each row. You get it? So now this particular constraint here now, so after setting a particular number for each row, so it's the one that is actually validating the rules. All right, It's like more of like our data validation and then the rules that has been set up. So now we are now going to give it one more last thing that is actually very, very essential. So we are going to add a unique number for each row. So, and to be able to do so, we need auto increment. All right, auto underscore increment. So which means the more infos, like the more email, the more info, the more country, automatically just start like give the numbers yourself. So it's not like I want to register on your website and then I will say I'm number 21. Then I'll fill it number 21 to register. Then I will not add my email, add my name and my country. No. I hope you're getting the point now. So that's why we add auto increment. So it's going to create a new column for your stuff automatically. All right. So now the next thing, our email. So email actually uses we are going to just give it a space, a varchar space, a varchar. So we're going to give it a varchar, and then here we're going to give it a so actually, in case you don't know what varchar means variable character. So we're going to give it like less than a bit, or in fact a bit. All right. So we're going to give it 255 as the max length. So no matter how long your name is, your Gmail is, it cannot take 255 characters. And then I hope I'm still connected.
Very much.
So and then for characters, calculating characters, this is how to calculate characters. When you hear 255, now 255, let's use this line to calculate 255. This 255, you might actually be looking at it that 2255 character might be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 together, or maybe 5, 6, 7. No, character starts from here. This is already 1. This one that is blinking already in this space here now is 1. Then let me just use the front arrow key to count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. So this particular line now is 40 character. So that's why we're giving you 255. That no matter how long your Gmail is, your Gmail cannot be in the name, your Gmail cannot be our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come at gmail.com, something like that. So no matter how it is, you cannot use that crazy length of this thing for me. I don't think I don't even think the email providing services will even allow you to use that kind of name. How do you input it in these things? Okay, so that's just it about this particular. So we've used it to give a variable character of 255 max length. All right. So now when we are counting within an 8-bit number, so 255 is like more of a byte. All right. So if you use 256, it's just like you're just like giving you're just like wasting space. All right. Then now we need to give it a constraint also. So and then our constraint will be not null, which means it cannot be empty. You need to pass something inside. You cannot give me an info and you will not give me email. You will not give me a country and you will not give me email. No. And then one thing also that is very, very, very essential is what? For mail, unique. It must be unique. All right. So it must be unique. You must. So in case you are hearing noises at the background, please pardon the noise. So pardon the noise. In fact, blame them. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. Oh, I don't know why they are screaming at the background now. All right. So now, not null. So you set the unique. So this unique is trying to tell it that whatever you are receiving here must not, like whatever you've received here in one of the IDs before, must not come again. Don't accept two people using you at gmail.com or me at gmail.com, something thereabout. So now for the name, for the info, we can actually give it a varchar again. All right, but let's just say maybe this info now we want to use it to just collect their background, like want to tell us their story, like their biography. Then here we can use something like text. But if it is like, if we are trying to grab their name, actually I will just use varchar again, then just give them small lengths, because I know your name cannot be even up to 200, so I can even give them a max length for their name of maybe 50 at highest, maybe 50 or 60 at highest. So here I gave it a text constraint, which actually is telling it that we are going to be storing a value of an unspecified size. So, and you need to like give it a space as much as possible, because this person might want to write the story of when he or she was born to this very present moment. So are we still there? Hello, I hope I'm still connected. Hello. All right. All right.
Yes, we are here.
All right. So now the country. So country too now is now where another problem is. There are two ways of grabbing a country, like how to grab like data from country, or how to assign the datas to country. All right. So we have two ways. Which, my God, this noise is tampering with my brain. I used to lock this door before, but they will make me lock the door. I don't know what they are discussing, and their noise is coming from that end to this place. What kind of life is this? Okay, so now I have two ways that I can actually grab the country name. All right, so actually I can still just use a varchar, a variable character of maybe highest, the longest country name. I think the longest country name is just 18 letter words. Is it even up to 18? No. Is it 18 or 12? I don't know. I think it's 12 or 18. I don't know. I just know it's 2 words. The longest country name. So, and actually I'm not asking for town. So it's only a town that I know that there is a town that the length of the name is maybe, was it 40 something words or something thereabouts. I think it's Tama, Fa, Kosima, Oho, Purikika, something, whatever. The town with the longest name, Tutama, something like that. This is it. No, this isn't it. These are down. Leah, Fergie, so blah 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 blah. I don't even, just imagine. How can you tell someone that you're so if someone asks you what town are you from, you just start, I'm from Leah, whatever this thing is called, and in fact the brain will even nearly shut down. So the one I was actually like looking for is this particular one down here. This particular one down here is the one that has like the longest name. So I don't know why they brought that one here. This one, Tau Matakwa, Tau Tama, blah 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 blah, Turiputi Purukutu, then Yukita. I just know this last part is Tanataun. That Tanataun is the only thing that I can remember. So, and that's it about that section. So are we still with me? Okay, I'm still here. Right. So, and then according to this place, it has 85 characters. You see, 85 characters, just a town. So how do I explain to someone that I come from? So some people now actually just give it a medium name, Taumata. You just say Taumata Hill. Oh, Taumata Hill. But if you actually go to Taumata Hill, the description of the particular place on the signpost that is there is not just Taumata, which is like the first 6 letter words or the first 7 letter words. Taumata is Taumata Waka blah 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 87. Just imagine that the signpost of a town is using almost how many poles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 poles just to hold the name of a street. God forbid. Okay, so let's continue. So we're not collecting their town name. So should, in case the person is not from that particular part of the world, that will add to give this place 86. All right. So we can collect their country as either the max of 12 or maybe the max of 2 or maybe the max of 3. Well, let's use 2 in this case. Now, why did I use 2 in this case when we want to collect the value of country? Remember that every country actually has a code. We call it not zip code though. Like we have country code. For Nigeria, our country code is NG. For Ghanaians, I think theirs is GN. I don't know. Then for United States, yes, it's just US. For United Kingdom, yes, it's just UK, and so on and so forth like that. So that's what we want to grab here. So then that's why I gave this. So what we want to grab is just the NG and the whatever. So I think Kenya is KE. I don't know why you people used KE. The first two words. You people need deliverance. Is it KE? I think it's KE. For Kenyans, is it KE?
Yes, it's KE.
It's KE. You people should have just used like KY. Kenya. Going to make sense. How can they use KE? Well, no problem, Sha. The people that did it has died already, so we'll not blame anybody. Alright, so now that you said, so I've given it a max length of 2. I've given it a max length of 2, and then now what we're going to do is run this. So I'm going to run it, and then I should see a green icon here. Okay, I think it's run successfully. Okay, this place is, let me reduce the screen now. Okay, so it ran successfully, so we actually didn't badge into any error. So I'm going to remove this first and then increase the screen again. So now this time around I want to now input, like we want to now like input values inside this our table. But first of all, let's confirm if this table has been created. So here, this is the table. So I'm going to open the table, and then as you can see, this is a user table right here. This is a table user, and then inside the table user, you can see we have our bookmark. I will go and sleep with you. So we have our int, we have email, we have our email with the variable, which everything that we've added, and then the info, giving it a text, and the country to grab the country. So everything is ready now. So this time around, we're going to pass in our data inside this schema here. So yes, actually we call this schema, right? We call this schema. So now I want to insert our details inside.
Sorry, sir. VAT 2.
You said?
For the country. The country, what do you use VAT 2? Like the variable character of 2.
Ah, Jesus. Oh, that was why I explained that every country has like their code. Listen, had it been okay? Look, let me explain this way. Wait, let me do something. Real quick. So let me open a folder, and do I even need to open a folder? There is no need, but let me just explain something to you. You see, when you're creating your website and you've created your form, in your form, what you want to submit in your form, you can actually set it in a way that whatever country you can what's it called, in this particular scenario. Now if I'm using this particular type in HTML, I don't think we've gotten to that particular place, but we'll use what we call select. We have what we call select in HTML, like select. All right, so this select, what it does is inside the select here we have some options. We have option. So like the option 2 is also a tag, like it will still look like this, something like this, like option. So I will not be diving too much into it. So in this option I can say Nigeria. All right, Nigeria. So on the website, what the user sees is Nigeria, but the value that I've set here for Nigeria that is going to send to my database is just NG. Are you getting it now? So the value that I've set inside the option is that to my database send NG if the user pick Nigeria. Another option can be here, ALT shift down, and this one might be Kenya. But here in my value I would have set what? KE. So if the person picks Kenya, it will send KE to my database. But if the person picks Nigeria, it will send NG to my database. Are you getting the point now? So don't worry, when we get to HTML, when we are doing that, when we are doing the HTML form, when we are doing HTML form, you're going to understand. But at least you understand it a little bit now, bah. So this so what I actually did here is an HTML code. This is HTML, a form, an HTML form, a select form. So that kind of this thing that when you want to log in, if you want to register, I'm coming. Let's do something. Let's go to W3 school. Let me quickly wait. Let me stop this section and start another section. I think this one's safe. This one is almost an hour. Okay, I'll just split it to 2 then. So let me stop recording.